Good morning, all. How are you? Morning, May. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Good.
How was your long weekend?
It was good. Good. Lots of things got done. So we didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything like that, but I did, you know, paint my office and a few things like that. So
Oh, that's fun. What color did you paint it?
it's going to be a gray, and then I'm making some cabinets, some bookshelves.
Oh, cool.
Sridhar, welcome.
Hey, thanks, Paul.
We'll see if anybody else joins here in the next few minutes. Because of the long weekend, did not come up with an agenda that we can walk through. So I'll take suggestions from folks.
I can give a quick update about the press release.
Okay, that'd be great. And Venkat, did you join audio? Is that what I just saw happen?
I'm trying to figure out my headphones.
There we go.
Just give me 1 second. It's still not working.
Okay.
Hi, folks. Sorry for joining a few minutes late.
Oh, that's okay. Mark, how are you today?
Good. Hope everybody enjoyed the long weekend.
Yeah. Yes.
It was nice and quiet here in Canada without the Americans or the British either, right? They were both off.
Oh, really? I didn't know the
Yeah,
British
yeah. Bank holiday yesterday.
bank holiday. All right, I guess we can get started with us that are here. So May said she had an update on the press release. So go ahead, May, and then we'll see if there are any other items on the agenda.
Yep. So there's actually two press releases now. So one is the press release that I've been working on that announces ARM as a new member, as well as our activities at SmartNIC Summit.
Yes. Okay.
All of the quotes have now been approved. I did
Okay.
receive an updated quote and approval from Mark's team.
Okay.
And so it's all ready to go. I shared it with LF leadership. Gosh, I guess it might have been Friday before I left for the holiday. And so we are, unless we hear anything different from them, we are all set to go live tomorrow.
Perfect. Could you send me a draft of that so I could send it to our social team so do you know what time it's going to go live tomorrow?
I'm scheduling it for let's see, 8, 9, yeah, or no, 7 a.m. Pacific.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's 10 o'clock Eastern.
Perfect. And I'll send it to our team and have them put it on social. I'll do the same for myself. And so
Can we pull it up for a second? I think there are still some names assigned to the talks that aren't complete. I looked at it I think yesterday, and I noticed like there's one where we're talking about the provisional working group. There's Dongwei listed, ARM, and then there's Boris. His name is there, but he doesn't have his last name nor his company.
And Boris isn't going to be able to join. He's um, helping Dongwei prepare for it, is my
Okay.
understanding.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. So we just need to make sure his name is either listed or not listed in that.
Yeah, I think, so that was, that I think were the notes that I was taking from the last meeting. So I updated based on what Paul had shared, in the final abstract.
Okay,
So I have it in a Word document and I'm just waiting back to hear from the leadership team. And so I'll send that as soon as I get the final back.
perfect.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, we'll do just a quick diligence check on it before.
Yeah, and I made Mark, your team like created a subhead, or suggested a subhead, and so I went ahead and made those updates. And so
Okay, thanks.
all of the updates that they suggested were added.
That's good to hear, because having to go back to them is really painful. I'm quite happy that we were able to work it out. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Yeah, as you saw, the quote was completely rewritten. The outbound marketing team took it over and said, yeah, let's change this whole messaging. So
I did, I saw that.
yeah, that's okay. That's their job.
And then the other one that we just wanted to give you a heads up on is it's actually coming from the Linux Foundation. And they are, what up? They shared it with us as an FYI, and so we reviewed it and approved it. It does mention OPI. So it's a Linux Foundation and I Own Global Forum press release that talks about collaboration. And so we are, it says LF networking, LF Edge, and open programmable infrastructure projects will provide open source software that enables I Own architecture vision. So let me just forward this to you. They're still actually going through it on their side.
Okay,
Here's the, let me see if I can share this with you. Here's the draft. Okay, you can comment. So in the chat. So this has been reviewed. I reviewed it and approved it from the OPI branding and messaging side, and
Mhm.
Paul and Chris also reviewed it and approved it. And so Arpit from LF Networking and LF Edge reviewed and approved it. And so now it's going through some of the other folks to review. So they are planning on having this go out on June 16th.
Awesome.
Yep, so for June, we'll actually get a little bit of more momentum and more pickup, because we'll have, you know, our press release will go out this week, and then their press release will go out on the 16th, and then we'll have the SmartNext Summit activities. So we'll have a lot of social promotions in the background, and so we should have a nice little uptick in mentions and features.
Perfect. I don't know if it's a thing for Linux Foundation, but in the third bullet point, the one that mentions OPI, there's no Oxford comma. I don't know if that's the way you guys do it or not, but missing a comma after edge before and.
I will let Jill know.
I don't know what your style guide says.
Yeah, I don't normally put one after, but I don't know if that's a mistake or if that's how she does it, but I will let that team know.
Yeah, it looks like it's consistent throughout that she doesn't. So that's fine.
And
No,
Paul,
there's one where she does use it. So
okay.
yeah, it's just not consistent. let's see, Mark, you were asking about speakers getting passes to the show, and yes, speakers do get passes to Smart Nick Summit. And there is a discount for participating companies. So if you're I know that you guys are a sponsor, so you get several passes. F5 is not a sponsor, but we get a discount for participating with OPI and that sort of thing. For participating in some of the things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so if we can share that information with those that are speaking as part of the OPI talk, like Dongwei was asking me yesterday, if he can register, he hasn't registered yet. He's wondering what he needs to do to get that locked in.
Yeah, I think that's the Smart Nick Summit is not the most well-organized conference I've ever been involved with. So they may not have done that yet. I will ask again how they're tackling that.
Okay, and I'm in the same boat. I need to somehow register. I don't think I'll have enough passes from ARM because we do have a booth and we have folks attending the booth, so that uses up our passes. So if there's like a discount for OPI members participating or anything, that'll help me out.
Okay.
Other than that, I've got my hotel and trip all booked and loaded, so everything there is in place.
So yeah, I know that he sent me a registration discount link. They had to create a new page with a discount link on it.
And Paul, sorry, you said there will be an OPI booth?
There is no OPI booth.
Oh, there is not. Okay.
Yeah, no, we the way I explained it. So when we first started this, everybody said, yeah, last year the booth thing was kind of a bust. It was like 6 tables in a small room with no one circulating through them.
Oh, I see.
And very few. I think it'll be a bigger space this year. But we have, like ARM has said, they will put up a sign. That's something we should talk about, is creating a sign. You know, like a little placard in their booth and a little space to talk about it, place to put our stickers and any materials we want to put there. So, and some of the other companies are doing the same. And many of the folks that would be manning an OPI booth are also tasked with manning their own company's booth.
Okay.
And so they'd be doing double duty, or so we just figured, hey, we don't need a booth. We'll have a keynote session, and we'll have our half-day summit. So that ought to be enough.
Okay.
So Paul, how do we get any of these materials? And like, you know, we used to put like a small display thing that I forgot which summit we did the first time in Austin.
So I have ordered stickers. What we need to do is come up with a little poster board. I don't know what you call them, but a little thing that you set on someone's booth.
Yep.
That says OPI. I assume, May, there's a company that you guys, that Linux Foundation has worked with, that does that sort of thing. I know that you guys had sent me to Paperclip Productions for this, for the signs, or for the stickers.
What do you want on the poster board?
Probably just our logo. I don't know what else we put on there.
Yeah, just logo would be good actually. And then that we can put it on the table, keep some stickers and then, discuss in general participation in OPA and what we are doing. Each of us could discuss OPA in general as well as, what we're doing there. There will be questions.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
probably maybe a QR code that leads to the webpage or something like that.
Oh yeah, that'll be good. Yeah. I like that.
So this would be for like the member booths. So like ARM will have a
Yes.
booth, and so we would have something, so sort of like a member sign, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Is-
because we don't have our own, then we can just use it. I mean, Keysight we have a booth also, so we can. That's why I'm asking. If we come up with a mechanism or where we get the stickers and these, that will help.
Okay, and so how many would we need?
Say 6. I think there are 4 or 5 members that I know of that are there right now. Let me go look at the site and see if I can find that.
In the meantime, Paul, are you working with the team from ARM that's working on the booth, or do you want me to message all this to them?
That would be great. I have not worked with them at all. I haven't worked with anybody except you, who said, yeah, we should make a sign.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% on board. I don't think it's going to be an issue. I'll just make sure they're fully aware, and then I can help with setting that up and making sure we're all good.
Yeah.
So, awesome.
And give me just a second.
And keep in mind, Paul, if something goes wrong, like if somebody can't show up or something, I'll be there. Like if you need somebody to step in to present some slides or anything, I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be there as well. So,
You're in the same boat. Okay, good.
yep.
My only challenge is I'm coming in red eye on the first day, so I'll be a little bit zonked, but other than that, yeah, it's actually worse than red eye. I think I need to leave the house at 3 a.m. to catch my flight, and then it's nonstop. It's kind of weird.
Where did I?
Yeah, it'd be good to know that list, Paul. If you have a list of members who are attending, that's something I would like to have as well.
I am looking for it. I've seen it on their website.
Oh, you're looking on the SmartNIC website? Okay,
Yes, there it is. Exhibitor sponsors. So AMD, ARM, Ubuntu, Chelseo Communications, Ethernity Networks, Flex Logic, Fungible, Grade, Intel, Keysight, Napatech, Netronome, and Xscale Solutions.
I counted 4 from our.
Yeah, so Keysight, Intel, ARM.
And AMD.
Yeah, AMD is not yet a member, but we'll ask them to put something in the group.
Or not yet a member. Perfect.
Okay, so for.
And I don't know if anybody's in Sridhar, I don't know if anybody's working on AMD in the background. On becoming a member, but they have been contributing.
No, actually, no. So if anybody has any contacts, I will ask Mike's team to reach out to them.
Yeah, it'd be Vipin Jain would be the one I'd start with. He's the one who's been involved in doing quite a bit of code contribution and review of code.
By the way, last week Fujitsu joined as a general member.
Fujitsu did.
Yeah. So I sent a welcome mail and all the details to the representative. I didn't receive any response yet. I've asked for the logo also so that we can add our website and slides. As soon as I receive it, I will forward it to you all.
Okay, sounds good.
But if they don't respond, we can at least put that Fujitsu is a general member now, along with HP.
Okay.
Awesome.
So we now have 5 general members.
Correct.
Okay.
Do we know if the general members are attending? Did we do like a roll call to see who's all going to be there?
I have
I mean,
asked various
yeah, you've
forums.
asked.
Yes.
So I think Renato should be knowing, he's the representative of the general members. So I requested him to like meet like once in a month or so that to understand their any feedback if they have or any input if they want to share kind of thing. Maybe I will touch base with Renato and check if anybody's attending this.
Can we announce on Slack that Fujitsu is now a general member?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is this something we should add to the press release or?
If yeah, but
You want to make changes to that again?
Yeah, that's
Week.
true. Maybe we'll wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wait for them because I don't want to have to go through all the review. process.
Rolling thunder. Let's keep it rolling. Let's get another message out
Yeah.
in July and announce a whole bunch of great news.
Okay.
I have put the name in the chat. So he is a he's the contact for everything. He's a single contact for everything. PR, marketing, everything.
Marketing outreach, TSC and
ESP, primary project contact, everything. He's the name.
Wow. Does he have his resume? Just kidding. That's awesome.
I also introduced him to Renato, but I haven't received any response. So I'm waiting for at least the logo if they can provide us officially. Of course, we can take it from online, but
yeah.
if they provide on officially.
So Sridhar, now that we're at 5, does that mean we need another general member on the governing board?
Maybe as soon, maybe if any one John's, I think we would need. If I remember, I will go through the charter again. I think for every 5, I think there's one. I think
Every 5 there's one. Okay.
I'll have to confirm.
Okay. I don't remember off the top. I know that there was a number. I just don't remember what it was. Good.
I think the BD team also reached out to me yesterday asking like, hey, what's happening? I gave them the feedback. We would be coming back to you guys by the end of the year if the outreach committee agrees. But they see a potential, they can help. I think they introduced one person who initially worked with OPI at the beginning, who brought in quite a few members, and they said he can work with us and bring in more members.
Okay.
I gave in then our feedback that we still need to prepare the contents to sell ourselves actually.
Yeah. As I'm thinking about this sign that we'll put on members' booths, what's an appropriate size? Half sheet of paper? So 8.5 by 5.5?
I'd be tempted to say a full sheet, a little bit bigger.
Okay.
I think the tables are 6 feet, if I remember. And you know what, Paul, I can come back to you. I'll have a chat with our marketing team and see what they think.
Okay.
My first thought is a full page is, with that little cardboard stand behind it. I can just picture it now.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, is something like that.
So an 8 by 11
Yeah.
is the normal. Yeah. Okay. And so it's the logo and then the QR code to the website.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, if I were A1, I thought A1 I heard.
What's that, Sridhar?
The size. Are we talking A1 size or A2?
Oh, A1 is like a letter size, right? So 8.5 inches by 11.
No, A1 is like pretty big,
Oh, is it?
like 23 by 33 inches kind of a thing.
I think that's that's way too much to expect a member to put on there.
Maybe A2 or A3.
Um,
A4 would be pretty small, I think, for a 6 feet table.
I'm looking at my printer setup to see what that actually is. Being
Oh, A4 is equal to in US letter, they call it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
A4 is equal to a US letter. Okay.
A3 and A2 at least should be good, I think.
Now I think they'll become big because you have, in the table, a lot of us have various other things, sometimes hardware. And so it's not an
Okay.
exclusive OPI booth, right?
Right.
Okay.
And half of
Yeah.
a 4 size, I don't know if it means A5 or not, but last time, and that was pretty good because people come close to the table. You're not looking at it from a distance.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking a half letter, something 5.5 inches tall, 8.5 inches wide.
It's A5.
That's an A5 in the rest of the world.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, so what are the measurements?
Just since we'll be printing it here, so a half letter. So 5.5 tall, 8.5 wide,
Yeah.
8.5 by 5.5.
You think that's too small?
I don't, because it will be harder for it to fall over. Because it'll be, a lower, I think that'd be fine, because it's gonna be people that walk up to a table that are gonna see it.
Okay.
I mean, my desk is about 6 feet, and so, yeah. I think that'll work.
Okay, so 8.5 by 5.5.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I'll add a ticket for the creative services team.
Okay, great. And would they take care of printing it and supplying it and all that, or do I need to track that down once they come up with a design?
Yeah, so they'll do the design. I think we'll have to send it to the printers and get it done ourselves.
Okay,
But I would need them to confirm. And they may have people that they worked with here in California. Because we've had a lot of different like we've had member summit in Tahoe and in Napa, and so they may have like a local
okay.
person that they use.
I mean, I think something like Staples could, or
Yeah.
Kinko's, or anybody like that can do that. But
Yeah, we have folks who are local here, right? In California. Who was it that was local?
Yeah, I am local. San
Oh,
Jose.
perfect. Okay.
Yeah, if there is something local you want me to pick up, I can do that and bring it to the conference.
Okay, perfect.
A lot of the conference stuff is coming to my home. So helps me clean my garage, otherwise it gets
Okay, perfect. Anything else to talk about for the summit?
I don't,
Oh, Paul, do you know if there will be media there?
I believe there will be.
Okay.
When I go back, there is, if I remember right, there was one, there's like a media partner that they had. Who is it? Looking on their news and press.
Where do you see their spot?
Del Oro, oh, it's just their website is, so if you go to their website and you go to resources,
Uh-huh.
there's one, news and press is one of the resources. And the Del Oro group will be there,
Okay.
and that may be the only industry panel that will be there.
Okay.
Um,
I may just send a note to see a note to her to just see if there's anyone else coming. Because if there is, we can set up media interviews.
Yep.
For maybe you and because Chris is going to be there in person too, right?
Chris Murphy?
Yeah.
No, she's not able to travel.
Oh,
so.
she's not. Oh, I thought she was giving a talk.
No,
Okay.
no, she is not giving a talk. We might, I'm trying to remember if Steve Royer is. No, Steve Royer. So we have no one from Red Hat giving a talk.
Okay.
Dell, Keysight, F5, NVIDIA, ARM. I think that those are the folks that are giving talks. I'd have to look at the abstract page that I've kept running.
Okay. And then, so if there is media coming, so Paul would be one of the interviewers or interviewees. Mark, would someone be from ARM be available too, so that we can talk through why ARM just joined OPI?
We can work on that.
Okay. Nothing is confirmed. I mean, we don't have anything set yet. So I'll reach out to her to see if there are media folks coming and if we can engage with them. But it would be nice to know if we do get on their schedule, if we can offer someone from ARM.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a problem. It'll either be me or Barin, where, there's another colleague of mine attending, and he's the segment lead for this for networking. So one of us can do it.
Okay, great. Perfect.
All right. I think that's good. I'll send a couple of Slack messages to folks about Fujitsu joining and to have people sign up on if they're attending or not. Okay.
Perfect. Sounds
right.
good.
Awesome.
Thank you all. And just so you all have it, I'll put it in chat, but here is the, I think you're all on this list. But that's the list where I've been trying to track who from OPI is going to attend.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
So are we doing dinner on the first day? Is that the plan?
I would like to do dinner on the first day. I mean, that was my thought. After that half-day event, we should plan a dinner somewhere nearby.
Okay.
Not the hotel restaurant. Just I've been there.
Yeah,
So.
too many times.
Yep.
Well, I'll join wherever we end up.
Okay, sounds good. Perfect.
Just a quick message for Venkat. We talked a previous meeting about preparing a abstract for OCP. That deadline is in 2 weeks.
Yeah, or multiple of yeah. No, I'm still on my plate.
Let's chat. We can do something. I think
Yeah.
that could be an easy one to submit.
Yeah, getting in is the difficult part, but we should definitely submit because they look for all sorts of, what is the relation to what they're doing and things like that. So
Yeah, exactly. That's what we need to focus on is the relationship between their projects and ours, and how do we bring that together? A story around that. We were there for the last summit in April, so hopefully that helps.
yeah, if you're yeah, I'm also trying to see if we can sponsor. If you sponsor, generally they are more sympathetic. If you have a table or a booth, so that's something I'm still working on. But yeah, definitely we have to do this week. Next week, there is a Cisco Live conference is there, so I will reach out to you offline.
Okay, thanks. Do we have any other events that we're tracking for later in the year that we should be keeping an eye on?
I don't know that there are any that we've said that we want to participate in. So as OPI, we've talked about, and I maintained at one point a list of upcoming conferences and call for papers.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that anybody's regularly looking at that to figure out if they want to put in a session for one of those.
The ones that I'm tracking from a networking perspective, we've got IEEE Future Networks World Forum. That's coming up in October. And then KubeCon, Cloud Native Con in Chicago.
Yeah.
Those are two that I think could be interesting for us to be at. As in more networking or developer focused.
Yes.
Not specific to a company like VMware, Explore, or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check on the abstract dates for those two and maybe just put it in the Slack for us.
Okay, sounds good.
I plan on attending at least the KubeCon one. Very good.
All right. I sent that on Slack.
Maybe one more thing, we should consider canceling the outreach call on the 13th of June.
I agree.
Next week will be our last one before the event.
I will go in and do that on the list calendar. Okay, I'll get that done. That'll take me a second. I gotta log in from a different account to lists so I can see the calendar and that sort of thing. There we go. So on the 16th.
Yeah.
Edit event.
The 13th.
Oh, I'm looking at May. Thank you. May 13th. This event, only this event. All right, there we go. Done. All right. If nothing else, I think we can call it a day.
Sounds good. Thanks,
All right.
everyone.
Thanks,
Thanks,
everyone.
everyone.
Have a great day.
I-
Bye, folks.
I